Meanwhile, House Budget Committee Chair Paul Ryan yesterday unveiled the GOP's budget proposal that would trim $6.2 trillion from President Obama's own budget plan. Ryan does it by taking on entitlement spending, but the Democrats already calling it an attack on senior citizens.
And Congressman Paul Ryan joins us live this morning for more on his plan. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Hey, good morning, Gretchen. Good morning, Steve. Brian, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, sir.
So I can't imagine the amount of work and time that went into the path to prosperity. I mean, not only crunching all the numbers, but writing it all out and then putting together that videotape. So let's take a look initially at the spending cuts that you're proposing over 10 years. $6.2 trillion from the president's budget. Are you surprised at the reaction you received?
No, I'm not. I mean, I always knew that if you put bold reforms like this out there, you're going to have the kind of partisan demagoguery. That's what has basically prevented political leaders in the past from taking on these challenges, because they're afraid that the other party is going to use it as a political weapon against them, and then nothing gets done in Washington. So, look, we can't keep doing that in this country. We just got to stop spending money we don't have. We can't keep bringing budgets out with all these budget gimmicks or these accounting tricks. We got to be honest with people about our fiscal problems. We got to take them on now, because it's so much better for all of us if we address these problems today, because it's going to be very, very ugly kinds of reforms if we kick the can down the road. The point I'm making about seniors is this guarantees seniors they get the benefits coming to them that they organize their lives and their retirement around. Nobody above 55 is affected. In fact, this makes sure that their benefits can be paid, and then we reform these programs so that they're solvent. We're saving Medicare, we're saving Medicaid, and we're getting the debt paid off. And the key is we have to get economic growth and job creation. So this plan also has that. I mean, that's if you go to our website, you can read it all. The path to prosperity. That's why we call it a path to prosperity.
Sure.
You kick the can down the road, then it's an ugly debt crisis. Interest rate increases, tax increases, all of those ugly things. We don't want to get that.
So, Congressman, let's say I'm 65 years old and I'm on Medicare or Medicaid. How's it going to impact me? Because we've heard that you would like to turn it over to the states and state governors in some cases and turn it into a block grant. People don't know what that means. What does it mean?
Okay, so if you're a Medicare, nothing changes. If you're 55 and above, nothing changes. Medicare stays exactly as it is today. If you're in Medicaid in a nursing home, the states already run that program. The federal government just gives it some financing. But the problem is the federal government for the non-nursing home program has so many strings, it makes it so hard for the states to properly administer Medicaid. And as a consequence, most doctors don't even take Medicaid patients, because every time a Medicaid patient walks in a doctor's office, they lose money. So we don't want to give people second-class health care in Medicaid. So we want to give governors who have written us lots of letters asking for freedom so they can customize Medicaid to meet the needs of their particular populations, and that's what we do.
You know, I just give you so much credit, because whether this is 100% accepted or rejected, this is cutting edge. It's making people revisit the same things that we've been revisiting, but in a way in which we have to pay attention. But Jay Carney, speaking for the president, says this: any program or plan that reduces our deficit must reflect American values of fairness and shared sacrifice. Ryan's plan fails this. It cuts taxes for millionaires and special interests while putting a greater burden on seniors, families struggling with children's disabilities, and students who count on Pell Grants. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, we actually save the safety net. We repair the social safety net. When it comes to taxes, we get rid of all these loopholes and deductions, which are what mostly wealthy people use, and we're lowering tax rates as a consequence to get economic growth in this country. Look, the president's budget, I wouldn't be bragging about that. The president's budget doubles the debt in his first term, triples the debt by the end of his 10-year window. The president is calling for another $1.5 trillion in extra tax increases. He's adding $13 trillion to the debt. Under the president's budget, he's proposing more debt accumulate under his budget than under all prior 43 presidents combined.
Wow.
He is accelerating us toward a debt crisis. We are putting out a different plan. Yes, we are cutting spending. We can't keep spending money we don't have. And this is a plan to literally pay off the national debt. I mean, I'm a father of three. Janet and I have three beautiful kids. They're 6, 7, and 9 years old. I do not want to give my children a lower standard of living, but we know we're doing that if we don't fix these things. This pays off the debt. I want to give our kids a debt-free nation. Every generation in America has left the next generation better off. We've always done that in this country. This will be the first one that won't if we don't fix this problem.
That's part of the American dream that might be broken. Congressman Ryan, I need to bring you to this because it's breaking news right now, and you probably know this before we do, but the Speaker of the House, Boehner, has just announced that there will be no meeting today with the president to discuss the current budget. Amazingly, we're still discussing that even though we're in April of 2011 and we don't have this year's budget settled. What is your reaction to that?
Well, I heard about that this morning, but the reason we're having this problem is because the Democrats didn't pass a budget last year.
Sure.
And the Senate has yet to pass a bill to prevent a government shutdown. As of tomorrow or today, we will pass 3 bills to prevent a government shutdown, but we also want to cut spending. Look, we can't keep. Last year, the president raised spending on government agencies by 24% across the board, and then 84% when you add the stimulus into it. We can't keep giving government agencies double and triple digit spending increases like the president did last year. He's trying to hang on to those spending gains. We're trying to get rid of those spending gains because we got to attack spending.
Would you vote with the current number? The 33?
Well, I don't even know what the current number is. So these negotiations go, and I don't want to undercut John Boehner in his negotiations. Yeah. I want to get as much savings as possible and get some tens of billions of dollars. But I'm putting out a budget plan that we're bringing to committee today to save trillions of dollars so we can give our children a debt-free nation and get this economy growing again.
Well, it is a very big proposal. Let's see what happens. Congressman Paul Ryan of Wisconsin. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.